Okay, so for this question, the first thing we need to calculate is what was the percentage change in real GDP between 2010 and 2014. Okay, so how can we calculate the growth rate from 2010 to 2014? So it should equal to the real GDP of 2014, that is 50010, and minus the real GDP of 2010, that is 47719, and divided by real GDP of 2010, that is 47719. So, and if you like it, you can times. Okay, we need a bracket here. So you can times 100% if you like. So it equals, if you calculate, it equals 4.8%. Okay, so that is the growth rate of real GDP from 2010 to 2014. Okay, so this is part A, and about part B. So part B is a bit complicated. So we need to calculate what was the average annual growth rate in real GDP between 2010 and 2014. So how many years to calculate? So the first thing we need to do is to calculate the growth rate year by year. So firstly, it is a growth rate from 2010 to 2011. So that equals the real GDP of 2011, that is 48116, minus the real GDP of 2010, that is 47719, divided by the real GDP of 2011, that is 47719. So if you calculate, it equals 0.083. And then the growth rate of 2011 to 2012, so that equals the real GDP of 2012, that is 48822, minus the real GDP of 2011, that is 48116, divided by the real GDP of 2011, 48116, and do the calculation, we know it is 0.0147. Okay, and the growth rate from 2012 to 2013, that equals the real GDP of 2013, it is 49184, minus the real GDP of 2012, 48822, and divided by 48822. Okay, so do the calculation, it equals 0.0074. And the last period, growth rate from 2013 to 2014, that equals the real GDP of 2014, 50010, minus the real GDP of 2013, 49184, and divided by the real GDP of 2013, 49184. So do the calculation, it equals 0.0168. Okay, so the growth rate of each year has been calculated. Then the next step will be the average annual growth rate between 2010 and 2014. So average annual growth rate from 2010 to 2014. So that means we need to add up all these four growth rates and divide it by 2. That's exactly the definition for average. That means 0.083 plus 0.0147 plus 0.0074 plus 0.168 and divided by 4. So if you calculate, it equals 0.03. So that means the average annual growth rate through the year 2010 to 2014 is exactly 3%.